It's time now for the PHL 5 o'clock news for this Sunday evening, March 1st, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins here. Your 5 o'clock news headlines here. And our top story at 5 o'clock here on the Sunday evening here is in Washington, Jerusalem, where the United States and Israel showed signs of seeking to diffuse tensions on Sunday ahead of a speech in Washington by Israeli leader Benjamin Netanyahu when he warned against a possible nuclear deal with Iran. Tens of thousands of people on Sunday marched from the central Moscow to honor the memory of Boris Nemtsov, the recently gunned down Russian opposition leader, and express their outrage at the Kremlin, which they will blame for sowing the hatred. In Washington, Congress nearly averted a partial shutdown of the U.S. Domestic Security Agency late on Friday night, but the forces beyond the chaotic episode remain. Factious Republicans and House Speaker John Boehner left in control. Astronauts take third spacewalk to complete tricky cable job. Like everyone else on the planet, Seattle Seahawks running back Marshawn Lynch was expected to get the ball in his play that decided Super Bowl 49, he said. As Jihadi John was a terrifying figure, his identity concealed by a black mask is threatened in tone, backed up by his oversized serrated knife, and is willing to use it in the name of Islamic State of Iraq and Syria in its self-declared caliphate. Iraq has launched a long-awaited offensive against Islamic State of Iraq and Lebanon as held north of Baghdad, the country's prime minister announced on Sunday. Its ruling party leads general election and early results show. Pickup truck abandoned on frozen New Jersey River. Boston blew away its old record for snowfall in February with 64.8 inches of snow. Compared to its old record of 41.6 inches, when just a few more inches over the next few months, it could set the record for the retired winter with 107.6 inches set back in 1995-1996. This winter, 102.0 inches of more than weather coming up in a couple of minutes. Here, Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker once envisioned a world where the 11 million immigrants living in the country illegally could have embarked on a path to citizenship. As per market experts, Walmart's decision to increase the wages of 500,000 staff in April is going to have a ripple effect on numerous commercial enterprises and states across America. In Brussels, Greek funding and quantitative easing in Europe on an expected rate cut, and Austria and the buoyant U.S. labor market are set to be the focus of an economic week dominated by a host of central bank meetings. Unless you have been purposely avoiding your local multiplex for the last 3 weeks or so you're most likely already uncomfortably aware that the 50 Shades of Grey juggernaut that has put our nation's movie theaters in a chokehold since Valentine's Day. President Obama issued a statement eulogizing Leonard Nimoy, who died on Friday. Lady Gaga and Vince Vaughn made plunges into icy waters of Chicago's Lake Michigan at a fundraiser for Special Olympics. Alien life forms may exist in the solar system, but they would look very different to life on Earth. Scientists have suggested a new type of methane-based, oxygen-free life form that can survive and reproduce in a similar way as the cells on Earth have been modeled. In Mexico City, the Mexican government is making a final effort to save the vaquita, a tiny porpoise that has been driven into the edge of extinction as a result of illegal fishing for another endangered species that serves as a delicacy in China. Sierra Leone's vice president has put himself into a quarantine after one of his bodyguards died from Ebola. It comes as the country experienced a hike in infections. The World Health Organization has warned some 1.1 billion teenagers and young adults are at risk of hearing loss due to unsafe use of the personal audio devices, including smartphones, and exposure to damage and levels of sounds and noisy music. 9 years ago, Lisa Schneiderman contacted Larry on a trip to Sierra Leone. Little did she know that her bout with the disease could trigger another condition, one that would have her exhausted for hours after simply getting up to fetch her cup of tea. Take a look at New England alert here at 5:04 p.m. Providence without a possible tip of 195 reported by the truck on inside. Providence Fire Department was on the way. Channel 6 aside. That's a fatal motor vehicle car crash on Route 18 in New Bedford. As this morning at approximately 7 a.m., troopers from the Massachusetts State Police Barracks responded to a report of a single car crash on Route 18 north near Elm Street in Bedford as preliminary investigation indicates that a Jeep Cherokee swerved to avoid snow on the roadway, struck the guardrail, and subsequently rolled over, ejecting the passenger. The passenger, a 22-year-old female from New Bedford, succumbed to injuries at the scene. The operator, a 19-year-old female, also from New Bedford, was also transported to were down hospital by New Bedford Fire and EMS with minor injuries here, and no charges have been filed at the time. The facts and circumstances remain under investigation. With Citizen Troopers from Massachusetts State Police Collision Analyst and Reconstruction Section, Crime Scene Section, Services Section, and Troopers from the Massachusetts State Police Detective Unit and attached to the Bristol County District Attorney's Office. The railway was completely reopened about 11:45 a.m. and Lynn has all crews working at 22 Elmwood Avenue in Lynn, Massachusetts, caught up with smoke, showing that they have a small fire on floor 3 and a window possibly caused by smoke when smoking and one line charge opening the wall. Take a look at sports news here. The biggest storyline in emerged from UFC 184 was Ronda Rousey's taking 14-second submission victory over Kat Zingano in the main event. Chicago's first black Major League Baseball player, Minnie Minoso, died at the age of 89. In return for the veteran reported that Calgary Flames received second and third round draft picks in 2015 as Curtis is a player that we have coveted and we are pleased to decided to waive his no trade clause and our team said Washington Capitals general manager Brian McDowell and the Dallas Cowboys to franchise Des Bryant. In this evening, the Boston Celtics will be at the TD Garden this evening at 6 o'clock for a date with the best in the West Golden State Warriors. Game time 6 o'clock. Okay, take a look at sports scores here. On this Sunday evening in the NHL, Winnipeg Jets leading the Los Angeles Kings 1-0 through 1 period up in Winnipeg. Through halftime, it's Houston Rockets leading the Cleveland Cavaliers 50-47, and the Los Angeles Clippers defeat the Chicago Bulls 96-86. Peter Chell News Times 5:06 here, and it is time now for a traffic report here on this Sunday evening here in Mass Pike on the westbound side. It is backed up from 146 in Auburn all the way up to Route 91 in Springfield due to an accident on the Mass Pike westbound side before I-84 in Sturbridge. 95 slow from East Greenwich down to Route 295 in Amber, Massachusetts here. 146 northbound slow from Lincoln all the way out to Woonsocket. 295 on the northbound side is backed up from Cranston all the way out to Lincoln. 95 slow on both ends from the Connecticut border all the way out to East Greenwich here. 195 on the westbound side is backed up from Westport all the way out to Dayton, Providence, and 195 on the eastbound side backed up from Providence all the way up to Medford there. And 95 on the 93 on the southbound side from New Hampshire backed up from Route 101 up in Manchester, New Hampshire, all the way out to Route 28 in New Hampshire here. And we heard about that accident on 195 in downtown Providence, so expect some delays if you're in that area here. And 495 on the southbound side is backed up from Route 24 in Raynham, Bridgewater, all the way down for Route 44 in Middlebury, doing an overturned vehicle. Left lane blocked on Route 495, southbound and exit 6, Route 44. And stop and go traffic from exit 7, Route 24 in Raynham here. So expect some delays here. At Route 3 on the southbound side, a little slow down for Plymouth Fair. At 140 on the northbound side, slow from Acushnet all the way up to Route 18. And 140 southbound, slow from Rochester all the way out to downtown New Bedford there. And take a look at the MBTA's alerts here. Silver Line, SL5 experiencing minor delays due to traffic here. And on the commuter rail train here, no delays here. Peter Chell News Time is now 5:08 on this Sunday evening here. Time now for a weather report. Here are current conditions here in North Massachusetts at 5:08 p.m. It is 20 degrees at temperature with light snow, foggy mist, and humidity 88%, wind speed up about 3 miles per hour. Barometer 30.40 inches and droop about 25 degrees and a visibility of 1 mile an hour here. Okay, take a look at our conditions around the region. It's 27 out in Pittsburgh, 25 in Bedford, 27 in Beverly and Gloucester. It's 20 in Haverhill, Massachusetts, 23 out in Worcester, 25 in Sturbridge. It's 25 in Webster. It is 28 out in Milford, 27 in Norwood. It's 20 in Taunton, 20 in Bedford. It is 20 in Plymouth, 27 in Provincetown, 27 in Falmouth and Chatham, 20 in Murfreesboro, 31 in Nantucket, 30 in Cape Cod Bay, 20 in Blocktown, 27 in West William, Providence and Smithfield. It's 26 in New York City, 26 in Islip, 25 in Bridgeport, 26 in New Haven. It's 31 in Montauk, 24 in Danbury, 23 in Waterbury, 25 in Meriden. It's 26 in Hartford and Windsor. It's 24 in Springfield, 26 in Greenfield, 23 in Athol, 21 in Pittsfield, 26 in North Adams, it's 25 in Albany, 26 in Sterling Springs, New York, it's 25 in Bennington, 23 in Belleville, Vermont, it's 27 in Rutland, Vermont, 27 in Lebanon, New Hampshire, it's 25 in Keene, New Hampshire, 23 in Jeff, New Hampshire, 27 in Love, New Hampshire, it's 29 in Concord and Manchester, New Hampshire, 27 in Nashville, New Hampshire, and 31 up in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and 30 degrees up in Portland, Maine. Here. Okay, take a look at surface map around the country. Shows station front from central British Columbia. Stretching it down for the inland Pacific Northwest and down for the Rockies, and stretching it down for western Texas and up in the north central New Mexico, northeastern Mexico, and moving over the cold front from the Gulf of Mexico on the station front from the Gulf of Mexico, stretching it down for central Florida and up the Georgia, South Carolina coastline, the warm front up the Carolina coastline, and to see with a low pressure up the South Carolina coastline here. And we got low pressure in south central Idaho and 2 ridges of low pressure, one up the southern California coastline and one through Arizona here. And we got high pressure, a ridge of high pressure around eastern Montana and up in the southwestern Saskatchewan and the northeastern Wyoming here. And high pressure in southeastern Kansas. And a ridge of high pressure coming much from the Middle States and up to the New England coastline here. And we got a football from southeast Minnesota and up in western Wisconsin, up in Ontario. Get a football from Ohio, up in Ontario. And we get a football from northeastern Colorado, down for western Nebraska, down for South Dakota. Get a football from south central Arizona, up to the Baja California. And I got a football from off the Washington coastline, down for the Oregon, down for the northern and central California coastline with a low pressure right there here. And we got low pressure in Mississippi, central Mississippi, and southeastern portion of Texas here. 26 degrees at temperature right now in Detroit. It's 33 out of Pittsburgh, 31 in Washington, D.C., 44 in Atlanta, Georgia. It's 82 in Miami, Florida. It's 59 in Brownsville, Texas, 36 in Dallas, Texas. It's 31 in Kansas City, 24 in Chicago, Illinois, 25 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 39 in Omaha, Nebraska. It's 34 in Great Falls, Montana. It's 50 in Seattle, 60 in San Francisco, 62 in Los Angeles. It's 75 in Phoenix, Arizona, 55 in Las Vegas. It's 44 in Salt Lake City, Utah, 24 in Denver, Colorado, and 51 degrees out in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Here. Alright, let's take a look at our radar situation here at 5 o'clock, and it shows a wide swath of snow covering much of eastern Massachusetts and covering much of New York State, covering much of all New York City, and covering much of Long Island in New York State. And we'll zoom you out for a little bit. And snow stretching up in New Hampshire, 7 in central and the northeast of Vermont, and now the western and south central portion of Maine here. And snow coming in New York State and northeastern and central and west central portions of Pennsylvania, and stretching out eastern and central portions of Ohio. And it's sliding from southeastern portions of Pennsylvania now for southern New Jersey, and I'm covering much of northeastern Virginia, covering much of D.C., Maryland, and Delaware, and southern New Jersey. Here, so Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington quarter could be affected with freezing rain and sleet of frozen precipitation right now. Here, so over that area and driving around there, experience some slick roadways around that area. And a lot of rain showers covered much of the southeastern Maryland coastline, stretching down the southeastern Virginia and down for the Carolinas, and a lot of rain showers from West Virginia, stretching western Virginia, down for southeastern Kentucky, down for eastern Tennessee, and a lot of rain showers from northern Georgia, Alabama, down covering much of Mississippi, covering much of Arkansas, down for Louisiana, with some thunderstorms embedded with it. And rain, sleet, and snow showers on south central portions of Indiana here. Some snow showers in central portions of Missouri. And some snow showers in the northeast of Wisconsin, central portions of Wisconsin, and south central portions of Ontario here. Snow showers in central western portions of Colorado, down for southeastern portions of Utah. And some rain showers in the north central portions of New Mexico, and snow showers in Utah. Some rain showers in southwestern Utah, stretching to northwestern Arizona, down for 7 portions of Nevada, and covering much of 7 portions of California and central portions of California and central portions of California, from the 101 corridor from down for Santa Barbara, down for Los Angeles, and down for San Diego here. and spotty rain showers on central portions of Nevada air, and some rain showers at southwestern portions of British Columbia, stretching off the western Washington coastline, and snow showers at central portions of British Columbia and the southeastern portion of British Columbia, and some snow showers in southeastern Saskatchewan here. Alright, let's take a look at our satellite loop here, and it shows line of clouds coming from to the northeastern portion of the country and down to the Canadian, coming to the Canadian Maritimes. Line of clouds coming from Quebec down from Ontario and down from northeastern Wisconsin. Line of clouds coming to much of the northeast down from our valley and stretching out northern Missouri. And a line of clouds from the Gulf states and stretching coming to much of Texas. A line of clouds from Colorado down to New Mexico, coming to much of Utah, western Arizona down from southern Nevada down from California. And a line of clouds from western Montana and northern Idaho, coming to much of Washington State. Patchy clouds from the Dakotas and Minnesota, and a line of clouds from British coming to northern Alberta, coming up in Saskatchewan here. Okay, let us take a look at our forecast discussion around the region, around the country here. Snow and freeze rain expected tonight from parts of the Ohio Valley to the northeast. Heavy rain possible over the parts of the southwest tonight and Monday. Heavy snow possible for parts of the higher elevations of the southwest and the central Rockies tonight and Monday. And heavy snow possible across the upper Midwest and Great Lakes on Tuesday. Moisture streaming northward over cold air mass in place today from the Ohio Valley to the Midland and northeast that has resulted in widespread wintry precipitation, including snow, sleet, and freeze rain. And upper level disturbance will cross the Great Lakes tonight, will cause a low pressure system to develop along a coastal front situation near the Midland coastline. As a low moves northeast, it will bring the potential for some heavy snow to southern portions of New England this evening and tonight. The Central system will move offshore Monday night morning, bringing an end to a widespread wintry precipitation, scattered snow showers may still be possible across New England by Monday. Rain and few thunderstorms also possible tonight from the southern plains to the Tennessee Valley. Scattered showers and thunderstorms will persist across the areas Monday and into Tuesday as a frontal boundary becomes stationed over the region here. A Pacific low pressure system is moving into the southwestern United States, and this afternoon will bring widespread precipitation to much of the southwest by Monday. Heavy rain possible in western Arizona as a higher elevation precipitation will fall snow. As heavy snow is possible, the combination of rain and potentially heavy snow will shift eastward on Monday with widespread precipitation possible across much of the four-quarter region and northward across the Central Rockies. As an upper-level disturbance across associated Arctic surface front moves southward from Canada into the Rockies and northern plains Monday and Monday night, the low-pressure system crossing the Rockies will evolve into the more expansive system across the plains, and widespread snow is forecast to develop Monday night across the upper Midwest and upper Great Lakes, and heavy snow is possible. Okay, take a look at forecast discussion around the region here. A fast-moving low-pressure system will bring accumulated snow this evening and tonight with the highest amounts expected south of the Massachusetts Turnpike as high pressure brings dry cold air. For the early weekend, low pressure from northern Canada and associated low forming over the plains. Monday will merge then past west and northern New England as this will swing a cold front across the region on Wednesday as dry and cold weather returns for the end of the week and a cold front moves throughout Saturday. Low pressure emerging from the Midland coastline is expected to pass southeast of New England tonight, bringing a widespread snow to the southern New England, and surface observations as the 21Z indicate that snow has overspread the interior. The strongest radar returns at 21Z, where near the south coast of Connecticut and to Rhode Island, and to the southwest, the better fortune from this event is expected to occur. To the south of the Mass Turnpike at 12Z, models were in the recent agreement of the place in the highest QPF in that area. Because of the quick hidden nature of this system with a short-lived window for a very strong lift force, and continue to think that for most of the region, winter weather advisories suffered a 3 to 6 inches of snow covered in this event. However, given there is nice Omega in the snow group region, we might be looking at some decent ratios, so we still cannot rule out the low risk of reaching warning our months, especially across northern Connecticut and northwest Rhode Island. There, we did upgrade the block onto a winter storm warning for the late afternoon forecast package. There may be some mixing with the rain in that area at times. Except for the storm event for the majority of southern New England, it does become a very close call in the south coast, but we're leaning towards the same mainly wet snow condition high and winter weather advisory for the Cape because there may be changes in rain time, especially east of the high end. As that change over the Zanata occurred, snowball totals may be somewhat out. The precipitation is expected to be coming to an end across the majority of the area by daybreak on Monday here. And tonight's lows ranging around 20s around the region, so we can expect a range of 22 to 28 degrees. It'll be tonight's lows. And I'm expecting storm total snowfall 4 to 6 inches from much of Boston and much of Bristol County and Plymouth County around upper western and central Cape Cod and Martha's Vineyard. And the snow stretch up in the Cape Ann and stretch on along the Mass Pike around southern Worcester County around the southern Hampshire County, and we see 3 to 4 inches up in the northern Hampshire County and up in the northern Worcester County, up in the northeastern portion of the state of Massachusetts, and seeing 4 to 6 inches from northern Connecticut up in the northern Rhode Island there, and southern Washington County, Rhode Island, and then southeastern Rhode Island around Newport County. And I'm expecting 1 to 2 inches around Nantucket and 3 to 4 inches on the outer Cape and the Islands there, and this will be the best possibility of 6 to 8 inches of snow. East central Connecticut and down through Kent County and northern Washington County, and stretch around Taunton and New Bedford and down for Plymouth here. 6 to 8 inches here. And we are under a winter storm warning effect for Bristol and Plymouth counties in Massachusetts and Kent and Washington counties in Rhode Island here, while the rest of this region will be under a winter weather advisory for Greater Boston and stretching central western Massachusetts up into southern Vermont, now for eastern New York and covering northern Providence County and all of Connecticut here, and Providence is in that winter storm warning here. And moderate snow event begins later today. Light snow develops 11 to 1 p.m. in Connecticut and western Massachusetts, and 1 to 4 p.m. in eastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island there. And snow picks up its intensity during the evening hours and continues into the night. So it goes toward daybreak Monday, and island lines. Winter storm warnings have been issued for central and southern Rhode Island as well as southern eastern Massachusetts. It's cold in the Cape and Islands, and there's best chance for 6 inches of snowfall in these areas here. And winter river advisories be issued for 2 elsewhere. Impacts on treated roadways will become snow-covered and slippery by this evening, and concerns for the Monday morning commute due to accumulation and poor visibility at times down to a half mile or less. Additional snow loaded on roofs will be not be included, could be problematic, and storm total liquid content in the snow will be the order of half an inch, and south coastal regions likely to see more snow and will be heavier in winter, so this issue is especially high there. And take a look at a future cast here for the timing of the snow. So I'm expecting the snow to be picking up in intensity by about the evening hours of tonight, and the best chance to pick up some heavy snow will be southern and eastern Connecticut down for southeastern Massachusetts, western Cape and the Islands there, and around southern Rhode Island there. It'll be the best chance for some heavy snow here in the night, and expected to be moved out to the eastern Massachusetts by about 3:41, and to be out of here by about 6 a.m. in time for the morning commute here. And I expect the morning commute to be a little slick and slippery at times from tonight's snow. And we are under a winter storm warning in effect from now until 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning here. Light snow develops late this morning and afternoon, but with a bulk of accumulating snow will be occurred this evening, with the highest amounts expected south of the Massachusetts Turnpike here. Winter storm warning remains effect from now until 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning. Location central and southern Rhode Island, as well as most of southeast Massachusetts, right to the south coast as far east as the Cape Cod Canal. Has attached wet snow accumulation for the 8 inches on time, and areas of light snow will develop this afternoon. The snow will increase intensity this evening, following moderate to heavy at times, and the bulk of the accumulated snow will be occur between 4 p.m. and 1 a.m. and when snowfall rates may be on the order of 1 inch per hour. The snow will taper off to flurries toward daybreak on Monday here, And in fact, untreated roads will become snow-covered and slippery by this evening, along with poor visibility at times. Given temperatures will be near freezing and snow will be of the wet variety, especially near the south coast, but this may be exacerbating any ongoing roof problems there. And in uncertainty, the heaviest snow looks to occur close to the south coast. However, there be a low risk that snow could mix with a change of period of rain near the south coast of this occurs. Snow accumulation could be less than forecasted here. Winds southwest about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Visibility 1.5 mile less at times, and temperatures in the upper 20s and low 30s. And precaution prepares actions. A winter storm warning is issued when an average of 6 or more inches of snow expected in a 12-hour period, or for more inches in a 24-hour period. And travel to be slow and the best done well. Treated surface and quite difficult in being on untreated surfaces here. And day 1 to any time. Winter storm warning and day 2 for 7. Monday for Saturday. Winter storm warning Tuesday night and Wednesday. Another storm will likely bring a period of snow Tuesday night that changes the ice in the interior and rain along the coast, and precipitation may change rain in all areas of midday Wednesday, and confidence in the details is low. Here. Alright, 7-day forecast. It goes like this. For tonight, snow may before 3 a.m. Low around 26 degrees. South wind about 5 miles coming. A lot of variable when in the evening and chance of precipitation is 100%, and snow accumulation is 3 to 5 inches if possible. For Monday, snow ending early Monday morning and then cloudy, then gradually becoming most of the sun skies with under 35 degrees. Winds west about 60 miles per hour, 29 miles per hour. For Monday night, most of the skies are about 8 above. Northwest wind about 5 to 11 miles per hour. For Tuesday, most of the sun sky about 28 degrees. Northwest wind about 6 miles per hour and common in the morning here. Tuesday night, snow and sleet before 1 a.m. then freeze rain between 1 and 3 a.m. Then rain likely after 3 a.m. low around 25 degrees. Chance of precipitation 9% for Wednesday. Rain likely before 2 p.m. Then a chance of rain after 5 p.m. Most of the sky about 42 degrees. Wednesday night, chance of rain and snow, most of the sky low about 24 degrees. Chance of precipitation on Wednesday, 60%, drop down to 40% by Wednesday night. Thursday, chance of snow, most of the sky high about 29 degrees. Chance of precipitation 30%. Thursday night, podcast sky low about 9 above. For Friday, Saturday, podcast sky about 27, low about 14 degrees. For Saturday, Saturday podcast sky about 36, low about 21 degrees. For Sunday, most of the sun sky about 38 degrees. Peter's weather phrase of the evening. A snowy evening and tap for the night. Here was have a good evening with good positive. I'll see you for an 11 o'clock report tonight. Have a good evening.